All right, guys. Aaron Judge is pretty much a for sure lock to win the American League MVP for the second time in 3 years. So let's talk to our New York Post MLB reporter, Mark Sanchez, about what this latest MVP means to Judge's legacy in the Bronx. And of course, we have to talk about the Juan Soto sweepstakes. Mark, what's going on, man?
Not too much. How are you?
I'm great, man. Not as good as Aaron Judge. We should go ahead and start there because if he wins, and I think we all know he's going to, hashtag All Rise would become the 7th multi-time MVP in Yankees history. Mark, when we talk legacy, what does another MVP mean for him, and where would you say this puts him amongst the all-time Yankees greats?
I think assuming he wins, he will be the 7th Yankee ever to win multiple MVPs with, Lou Gehrig, DiMaggio, Berra, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, A-Rod. I mean, that is pretty cool company. Judge likes to talk about the ghosts at Yankee Stadium, and he's kind of becoming one of them. Someday he will probably have a monument. He's already got the home run record. If not for a bang foot into a Dodger Stadium wall, he would probably have 3 straight MVP awards right now. He's kind of doing everything that a Yankee player can do, except win a World Series. Like that is the one thing that I'm sure is frustrating him right now.
Well, I'm glad you kind of alluded to that because I was going to say, is there an expectation that he should or he needs to win another or more MVPs within the next couple of years? I guess, but you just answered that question. What's more important, more MVPs or a World Series title? This man's got all types of pressure surrounding him.
Right. He's already shown he can do it in April. He's already shown he can do it in September. I don't think anyone, yes, the Yankees will gladly take a couple more MVPs. Judge will gladly take a couple more MVPs. He's getting up there. He's going to be 33 in April, but he's sort of getting better with age right now, which does not happen in baseball. But really all of that is just, an appetizer to the entree that is October. And it's a short sample. It's a tough way that you get tested in baseball is just how well you play in the postseason after you've accomplished everything that he has. But really next year and for the rest of his Yankees tenure, he's going to be tested on just what he brings to the postseason.
So you mentioned where he kind of sits amongst the greats, winning another MVP. So let's add a World Series title to that. Then where do you put him or rank him amongst the greats? I know this is just a hypothetical. He's got to do it. But where would that World Series title put him?
It's a tough hypothetical because we'll see what happens when he's actually all done. And he got started pretty late in his career. He didn't come up until I think he was 24, where a lot of the guys come up younger and then have a way more years to evaluate. So we're not sure yet. But right, if he has a couple MVPs, if he's got the home run record, if he wins the World Series ring or 2, then you're talking, can he crack top 10 Yankees of all time? That's sort of a hierarchy that players don't really touch very often.
Man, that only cracks him top 10. You talk about ghosts, man. That's like LeBron talking about chasing Jordan. That's a hard company to get into when we're talking about Yankees legends. So first and foremost, congratulations to Aaron Judge unofficially, but let's switch the conversation and talk about the other half of the most deadly and entertaining hitting duo in baseball this past season. The Juan Soto sweepstakes has dominated baseball news, as you know. How concerned should Yankees fans be about Hal Steinbrenner's uncertainty regarding Soto's future in the Bronx?
Right. A bunch of reporters talked with Hal yesterday at the owners' meetings in Midtown. I personally thought it was almost refreshing in that, here's a guy who is in the middle of the sweepstakes, who just got back from Southern California to meet with Juan Soto and Scott Boras, who, should know more than just about anyone about the inner workings of these sweepstakes. And even he is saying that he has no idea where the Yankees stand. I don't think anyone really knows what Juan wants. I think that Steinbrenner thinks that they're positioned well. He's glad about how the meeting went. But, if it's all about money, then Steve Cohen has the most, and maybe he comes in and blows everyone away. If it's about legacy, we just went over what Judge's legacy could be as the Yankee. I think if it's about legacy, then the Yankees have a huge advantage because being a Yankee is a big deal. If it's solely about talent, we just saw how talented the Dodgers are, and maybe they come in and surprise. So I think Hal doesn't really know where the Yankees stand, and I think he is just like pretty much everyone. Like, no one really knows what Soto wants.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Steve Cohen and those deep pockets that he has. And we all know my man's not afraid to throw money at anybody and reach into those pockets, especially when we're talking to getting Juan Soto to make the move to Queens. So do you think that the bidding war for Soto could reach a price that the Yankees won't want to pay or want to match? And are they determined to get him regardless of contract, numbers, prices, whatever?
I think the answer to both of those are yes. I think it's going to reach a point where the Yankees don't want to match, but I think they're going to reach a point where they say, we're already in this much. Can we go a little bit farther? And honestly, again, just like the last question, I don't think anyone quite knows. Hal said that they would be in the mix, but that's all he could guarantee. Maybe Cohen wants to come in and announce his presence to the league and kind of set the tone for New York sports for the next decade plus, and throw in $700 million or something, and the Yankees say we can't do that. We would rather spread that out to 3 or 4 guys who are legitimate stars who we can get for that money. So it's really a question of just what Soto wants, and I think he's going to get the highest contract ever, at least in present day value. I think it'll reach a point where the Yankees are going to say, is this a total that we can live with, or is this a total that we can better spend elsewhere? But again, I think it's going to come down to what Juan Soto actually wants, and I don't think any of us really know what he does want.
I got to throw another hypothetical on you. Again, let's say the Yankees do match or outbid everybody. They're throwing, let's say, $700 million. Now, what are the expectations that are put on Juan Soto? If we're talking expectations of delivering World Series and making big plays here in New York City.
I think wherever he goes, and he's going to receive an enormous contract, and with it comes enormous expectations. It's kind of like the LeBron, not 1, not 2, not 3 quote, where you're paying $700 million or 600, whatever it ends up being. You were thinking this guy's going to win us multiple World Series. He's going to return on this investment. It's incredible expectations for a guy who just turned 26, but we also just saw what Juan Soto did with his one guaranteed year in the Bronx and his one guaranteed, postseason with the Yankees, where he was pretty much the best player on the field and played exactly to expectations. So he is going to receive enormous expectations, but that's kind of been the story of his career, that he can match them wherever he's gone.
Man, I can't wait to see where that Soto shuffle lands, man. That dude is exciting to watch. Mark Sanchez, thanks for joining us, my man.
No problem. Thank you.